Hi everyone, welcome to this special video. Today I'll be taking part to the thomann DIY Kit Challenge for 2022. Here you can see me struggle with the box, not realizing there's a tab on the side. After I've literally destroyed the box, I can finally reveal the Harley Benton kit that's inside. So today we are going to be building this kit. After a bit of trial and error, I've settled on using a pencil to outline the shapes, then fill them in using a uni Posca pen. And as with my music, I'm going to improvise the whole thing using 4 colors: black, white, silver and gold. Here are some black waves on the headstock. So I'm back in my studio using the classic clap teleport trick. Here's the body. As you can probably tell, there's already a thin finish on the guitar and we're going to be painting over that. Here I'm just making sure there's no dust and I'm outlining the area I want painted black. Let's now speed up the clip. I'm going to be first drawing the general shape in the bottom left corner, which is going to be a big wave. And at this point I decided I wanted a panda bear on a boat, since pandas are mostly black and white. Now I'm drawing clouds in the sky, and then I'm adding fish jumping out of the ocean. They have wings, but then I decided I wanted them without wings, so just fish. Some additional waves. Then I'm adding a big sun to make use of the gold I have available in my palette. But before I paint anything, I'm going to protect the edge of the guitar by using masking tape. Shaking the Posca to make sure the paint runs through the tip, and I'm starting with the gold sun. I then switch to white to do the flames around the sun. And the convenient thing about Posca is that the paint dries quickly, so I can just do the rough shape and then come back later to add a layer on top. Here I'm starting to paint the panda, starting with the white parts. Then as you can see, I'm coming back to do the transition between the flames and the center of the sun. Then the body of the panda and the eyes. And I'm using the black Posca pen to do all the main lines from my sketch. Here's a part of the clouds I painted silver, just for contrast. And as you can see, I'm outlining the flames around the sun using the black pen. Here I'm just correcting some mistakes on the sun, painting the boat in gold, adding a bit of masking tape so I can get started on the clouds on this side of the body. And same as before, I'm outlining the shapes using the black pen. I'm a clumsy person, so I tend to hit and knock things over. Whoops. And here's the final result for all the art on the headstock and the body, after a few hours of work and the first layer of varnish. So as you can see, there's a panda bear on the boat sailing across the ocean with his friends, fish, and a big whale. Also some birds in the sky. Moving on to hardware. First we have 2 copies of the manual, both in English and in German. We have strings all bundled up, a backplate cover, pickups, screws, the electronics, tuners, neck joint plate, the bridge with the posts, and the knobs for the pots. Let's start with the tuners. And I like to arrange the things in order before I start assembling them. Here are all the screws. And it never hurts to quickly read through the user manual when it's provided. Here I'm placing a rag over my desk to make sure I don't scratch the neck. Placing the tuners and screwing them in place is rather straightforward. I'm bravely using pliers to screw the nuts on the front of the headstock. Whoops. Here I'm just testing the machine ahead to make sure they turn smoothly, and I'm adjusting the ones that are a bit loose. That's all for the neck for now. Let's move on to the body. We have a basic 3-way toggle switch along with the volume and tone control. Again, a rag to prevent scratching. And I will start by threading the ground wire for the bridge post. Here I'm using the responsible method of using a match to remove the plastic sheet from the ground wire. Braiding it so it stays in place. And then tapping in the post using a dead blow hammer. Here I'm screwing in the toggle switch. At this point I realized the cavity for the output jack wasn't placed correctly, so I had to remove some wood using a file and a chisel. Next I'm masking the fretboard to start working on the frets. I'm marking the top of the frets using a red marker. This is going to help me determine if the frets are level with each other. I'm gently removing the nut to level the frets using a straight aluminum beam. At this point I realized the neck needed to be straightened. In my experience, finishing the leveling in plain position really helps, and here I'm just polishing the frets. And here's the final result with the hardware in place and the frets polished. If you want to participate, follow the link in the description box to choose one of the kits to build, then upload your video to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch or Facebook using the hashtag DIYKitChallenge22. And here's the guitar with strings on, all set up and ready to play.